a whole fleet of them. Look on the ASA. My gosh. They're all going against the wind.
It was basically a cube with inside of a sphere where the points of the cube were touching outside of the sphere.
Roger. There's troubleshooting back here.
So this isn't anything that just is limited to the United States. It's a worldwide phenomenon.
That UFO podcast is powered by Zencastr. Zencastr is one of the world's leading platforms for recording and hosting podcasts. Zencastr is a modern web-based solution for high-quality audio and video podcast production. With a full suite of professional tools, Zencastr allows podcasters to quickly and seamlessly record their guests remotely and produce their podcasts in studio quality. Check out the links in the show description to find out more. Breaking news, this important public service announcement is brought to you by Manscaped.com. This is your pubic service announcement and the news you've all been waiting for. The Manscaped engineering team has confirmed that they have successfully created the Lawnmower 4.0 trimmer, which is now available for purchase in the EU and UK. This new trimmer was just released only moments ago, and we are one of the first to get our hands on it and share the news. Join over 2 million men worldwide who trust Manscaped with this exclusive offer for you, 20% off and free shipping with the code ANDYUFO at manscaped.com. I'm one of the first people to try the new 4.0 and I am blown away by the performance. The craftsmanship and details on the 4.0 are next level, generations ahead of where it should be. Their advanced ceramic blade and skin-safe technology is so good that it almost seems as if Manscaped worked with S4 with Bob Lazar and others to ensure your saucers are as safe as possible. What makes this trimmer different from all the other trimmers? Well, a few things for me. A new multi-function on-off switch can engage a travel lock, created for people who like to travel, whichever dimension that might be in. The Lawnmower 4.0 gives you the ability to turn the 4000K LED spotlight on and off when needed for a more precise shave. The Phoenix lights have nothing on this. And the new trimmer even allows you to customise your trim overall through additional guard lengths. You get a couple of those included inside the box with sizes 1 to 4. So if it's tall Nordics or short greys, it's all good. And looks wise, it's sleek with a two-tone matte and gloss finish. Even features a hot foil stamped black chrome Manscaped logo. Look at that. That is a nice piece of kit. You know when you take it out the box and you just feel the weight of it and you just feel it's a quality piece of kit. That is premium right there, the 4.0. Did I mention wireless charging? The Lawnmower 4.0's new wireless charging system uses electromagnetic induction, which can help battery length last longer. If you're still trimming your face with your ball trimmer, it's time to make some changes. Get 20% off and free shipping with the code ANDYUFO at manscaped.com. Remember, that's 20% off and free shipping on any products they've got on the website. Thanks, folks. Hi everyone, and welcome back to That UFO podcast. It's your September update. As always, my name is Andy and flying solo for this one. I find the updates like this via audio are a really good way to reach everyone who's not always finding the messages on different social media platforms either, just to let you know about some upcoming guests, the schedule, and what to expect. So first off, thanks to everyone who's used the promo codes for Manscaped. It's only a trial right now for the podcast, so if you do use ANDYUFO as a promo code on the Manscaped website, you'll get 20% off any products and free shipping. It's a big difference to us in the sense that it might get us a longer term deal with them, and that's huge for the podcast. If you benefit from it, that's great. You can buy any products and hopefully you get something out of it as well. They make really good gifts for this time of year too. So thanks to those who have done that, and also to those who have signed up with Zencastr. The podcast is recorded on Zencastr. That's what I use. It's a really good program and it's an amazing site for recording for your own podcasts and hosting meetings as well. You get 40% off with promo code UFO podcast over at zencastr.com. Again, thank you for supporting us, for supporting the sponsors through the use of promo codes, premium subscriptions, or just listening to the podcast and listening to me talking. So, some show feedback. Warren Agius was the last interview that was released, and Warren is based out in Malta and is a relatively newcomer in terms of a name to the subject and being an author, but he has his book Evidence of Extraterrestrials, over 40 cases that prove aliens have visited Earth. Really interesting book. It goes back to the old school way of, here are the cases presented in a new, up-to-date format. Those are really interesting. The ones you've heard about are in there: Phoenix Lights, Tic Tac, Gimbo, Roswell. However, the feedback from the show has been brilliant. It's a real sleeper hit. If you haven't listened to it yet, go and listen to the interview with Warren Agius. He is a passionate, honest guy, really great to speak to, and that comes across in the interview. And I love discussing some of the lesser known cases, and that's the stuff I'm getting feedback on to say, wow, really interesting, picked up the book, love it already. And it's great to see Warren's book has made it into the Amazon chart, so you're supporting an independent author there as well. So if you haven't listened to it yet, go check out that interview. If you have, brilliant, thank you for doing such. Laurie Rayfelt, I just recorded with her a couple of nights ago. She was based at RAF Bentwaters and Woodbridge back in the late 70s, early 80s. Famous for the Rendlesham Forest incident. Laurie had her own experience at the East Gate of RAF Woodbridge and Bentwaters, and also had a lot of encounters of high strangeness. We talked about a lot of different things going back over 40 years now, and Laurie's time in the military. So check that one out when it gets released in the coming days. That one will be coming out as a premium early access release. It will come out, of course, as always, folks, remember, on the free feeds down the line. But if you want to check it out, it should be coming out in the next couple of days. I'm recording also tonight with remote viewer and clairvoyant Deborah Katz on her new book, and the International Remote Viewing Association's conference, which is on also next week. So that one I'm really looking forward to. I do love discussing remote viewing. Lou Elizondo, now there's the one that everyone's been talking about. I am doing an interview with Lou as I speak. It is Wednesday the 1st of September. I'll be recording with him on Thursday the 2nd of September at 7 PM UK. That one I will edit and release on that evening. So that one will be out a couple of hours early for premium access, which is on Patreon or Apple Premium subscription. So from only a couple of dollars, euros or pounds, you can get early access and ad-free content. Also, you'll get to hear the Lou interview, which is all listener questions, a little bit early. Dan and Graham Rendell joined me yesterday to go through the questions we had been sent over. There were over 200 questions submitted, and I'm still getting them in. We narrowed that down to a short list of round about 40 listener questions. Of those 40, we're going to do another pass through, and we're making the best attempt to ask questions that haven't been put to Lou before, or asking stuff that we think we can get a good answer from that's going to potentially or hopefully get round any NDA issues that Lou might have. Thanks to people who sent in questions. We've done our best to pick what we think are the very best ones. Anything that's left over, Dan and I are going to record a special episode where we discuss those questions and either share with you the answers Lou has given previously or give you our own thoughts on them as well. So thank you very much to everyone who submitted those. If you don't sign up to the premium subscription, you will hear the Lou Elizondo interview on Friday, the 3rd of September, so you're not going to have to wait too long for that one. So I'm really looking forward to it. We don't have a whole lot of time with Lou, so we'll make the very best of it as well. Speaking of Graham Rendell, one of my colleagues and friends from UAP Media, he is going to be interviewed this week on the podcast about his new book, UFOs Before Roswell. Already a bit of a hit and in the charts as well on Amazon. I'll be speaking to Graham about his background in the subject and also about the book itself. So get your questions over to ufouapam@gmail.com for Graham. He really is a font of knowledge on the subject, especially if you love those older cases. And this book focuses on the Foo Fighter accounts that were happening during World War II. So really interesting stuff in there. Nick Cook, who is a UK researcher and presenter and author, will also be coming on at the end of the month. That'll be right towards the end of the month, potentially into October. So again, send over your listener questions nice and early for that one. Nick is someone who is requested quite often by people for the podcast. I do still expect Ross Coulthart's interview to be put back in for this month as well. His book is still being released in various countries and continents throughout the world, and Ross had appreciated we moved the interview back a couple of weeks to give it some time to breathe. He'd done a lot of interviews very quickly, and he also expects to have some new information to come out as well. Again, I've got a ton of questions already for Ross Coulthart. Please send over more. You can keep those coming into the usual email address. But yeah, Ross should be on in the coming weeks as well. Very popular listener call-in will also be getting sent out in the coming days. If you want to register your interest early to call in for the open lines on the listener call-in show, send over to ufouapam@gmail.com. Ideally, just put listener call-in in the subject. I'll release those soon, and I'll give people the option to book different dates and times over the course of a couple of days. I'm looking at recording that at the end of the first week in September, so you're looking about the 7th, 8th, 9th of September, ideally for dates. So looking forward to that one. As always, folks, there'll be plenty to talk over, especially I'm sure after the Lou Elizondo interview is out. Dan and I will also be recording a Patreon and Apple Premium Ask Me Anything. We've got a lot of questions for that already. You can submit those by signing up to the Patreon website, and from only a couple of pounds, dollars or euros, whatever your currency might be, you can submit questions to us that we'll send out just as some thank you bonus content. And again, that may come out down the line on the free feeds, but that would be way in the future. It's just a thank you to give a little something back for those who can sign up for a little bit of extra content. And finally, folks, I will be part of the Big Phone Home 2, which is taking place this Saturday the 4th of September to Monday the 6th of September. I'm on around 7:30pm UK time with Danny Sheehan, John Greenwald and potentially one or two others on Monday the 6th of September. So if you're picking your times to tune in, that's when I'll be on. Stop by and say hi on the chat as well. And just remember, folks, based in the UK, on Saturday the 9th of October, I will be popping along with Graham Rendell to the Minicon 2021 in Preston, featuring talks from Phil Kinsella, Dave Hodrian, Glenn Richardson and others. You can still get your tickets, early bird up until the 5th of September, which is £10, and those are available from ufoidentified.co.uk/Minicon. It'll be nice just to get along, get out and meet some people face to face as well. Plenty of content to come this month, folks. Really looking forward to the Lou Elizondo interview. I hope I do it justice for you. We've had a ton of great questions, and we really do appreciate you sending those over. As always, folks, keep looking up. You never know what you might see.
It wasn't a tic-tac and not quite a saucer, more like a hubcap designed by Chaucer, a little Baroque and quite steampunk, like Alice was playing bass for the Parliament of Folk. The little fucker hovered right outside of my window, and when I shoved out the screen, he made it an issue. I don't think he expected me to see his ass, but I'd had some champagne and smoked a little around. Meditative game of state full on meta. I can't imagine how it could have been any better. I got to the top of the stairs and there he was. Like, you awake? I was about to abduct you, cuz. I jumped back and nearly kissed myself, and I climbed out the window after the elf, and I woke up in my bed and there was something on my head and everything was weird and everything was red, and I called out to my boys. They thought this was noise, they thought it was a dream, and they thought it was my toys, they thought it was my problems, and they think I should seek therapy, and I don't know what to do because it doesn't really scare me. If you really want to know who I think I'd be, I think it's you and me and us and we and him and her and that and she and that thing over there and what's that, Jake? But if we're being serious, open your mind, consider your heart, consider time, consider your space, consider your lies, consider your life, consider your eyes.
Bye.